like potassium dichromate 6 or potassium manganate 7. And potassium dichromate changes, I'm recalling, orange color to green, and sulfur dioxide when bubble into potassium manganate 7 acidified, it changes purple color to colorless, if you can recall. So sulfur dioxide is quite a friend of yours. It's a friend as long as you are writing it in the exam or in your notes. Otherwise, it's a very highly poisonous gas. If you inhale it, man, these days COVID-19 is creating bad throat, but this is the main source of COVID, of your bad throat, irritation to your lungs. I'll hold for 2 minutes because the mosque is very near to my house and azan is on. So beta आप 2-3 मिनट इंतजार कीजिए. Enters in the atmosphere, not from your laboratories, because you know we are working in fume cupboard. When fossil fuels, you know the fossil fuel, I'm repeating for those students who have been repeatedly absent. Fossil fuel include crude oil, coal, and marsh, that is methane gas, marsh gas or methane gas. You know, they are present underground. And when you extract them, sulfur is one of the impurity, which is a yellow color solid, comes along with it. And if these fossil fuels are not purified and burnt, they would release, other than carbon dioxide and other carbon monoxide or other pollutants, they will release also sulfur dioxide. So burning fossil fuels like coal, oil, natural gas, and also from volcanic eruptions. You know, when a volcano erupts, all that is underground is, I would say, comes out, is emitted from the volcanic eruption. And due to high heat, the sulfur in it reacts with the oxygen of the air and forms sulfur dioxide. So young friend, this is learning, something to learn. Listen and learn and make either use a printer to get these notes from your computer and make a booklet, or you can copy them handwritten. Don't keep them only on the computer because that will be like a book. But if you have got your notes, you can be smart enough to handle it. Now, this sulfur dioxide, when enters the atmosphere, it is one of the component of acid rain. My dear students are going to ask me, Ms. Siddiqui, what is acid rain? That will be my question, which will come later, but I will just give you a brief account. Acid rain contain rainwater plus sulfuric acid and nitric acid, HNO3 and H2SO4. Now you would say, okay, who is throwing this acid in the atmosphere, which is coming back along with the rainwater? Nobody is throwing it. The gases which are emitted through burning of fossil fuels or volcanic eruption, and then I'll tell you how nitrogen dioxide is emitted in the later part of this table. These gases, they react with the moisture of the air, forming acid. How it forms acid, I'll be discussing in detail in the acid rain later in a separate question. So this is the way sulfur dioxide is converted into sulfurous acid in the air, H2SO3, and then H2SO4, and finally dissolve in the rain when it rains and come back on the earth as acid rain. Now the negative effects of acid rain are, you can imagine, buildings which are made up of marble or stone or have metal work on it, they are affected. Statues, they get corroded. Limestone material made up of calcium carbonate or marble buildings, they are corroded. Aquatic life, including animals and plants, they get, you know, affected by corroded. So, and if you go into the acid rain and just to take a bath, sulfur dioxide gas coming out of burning of these fossil fuels, whether the burning of fossil fuel is taking place in factories, and the sulfur dioxide is one of the exhaust gases of the factories, or maybe some vehicles are using impure fossil fuel may exit through its exhaust gases, sulfur dioxide, causes so much of bad effect. Now, the second pollutant, my dear students, so if a question comes on sulfur dioxide, this table information is giving you, and then you have a question, you can read textbook and my notes. Then come carbon monoxide, the second major pollutant of atmosphere. Formula is CO. It's a neutral oxide, you all know that. Unlike your SO2, which was an acidic oxide. We have discussed types of oxide. This neutral oxide, thank God, it's neutral and insoluble in water. And it is one of the product of incomplete combustion. We have done that in the previous lecture, incomplete and complete combustion. The source of carbon monoxide is exhaust fumes from incomplete combustion of petrol, and it's extremely poisonous, its effect, and cause suffocation and death of human beings. How it causes that, my coming questions under it I'll be discussing in detail. Right now, you just take it. Do not ask me a question, Miss Siddiqui, why is it poisonous and how does it cause suffocation and death? I'll be dealing it in my 10 points if I'm able to discuss all of them today, or maybe 50, 60, 70%. My next pollutant, my dear student, is lead. Now, just to bring you near the metal lead and lead compounds, if you can recall that in some of the petrol pumps where you go and gas stations where you get the petrol, they have written on the top unleaded petrol. That is, it does not contain any more lead compound. Previously, lead compound were added in the petrol to prevent knocking of the engine. You boys know what is knocking of the engine. Don't ask me in detail. I don't drive the car. Okay. So previously, lead compounds were added in the petrol to prevent knocking of the engine. And this lead compounds, when added in the petrol, release lead particles in the atmosphere. So that is why I've written the source, exhaust fumes from motor vehicles. And it had negative effect if it develops high levels in the atmosphere, causing serious damage to children's brain, especially to the children if they inhale that atmosphere with lead particles in it coming from the leaded compound in the petrol after combustion. The lead particles come in the atmosphere, and if young boys and girls inhale it, especially their brains, especially their brains is affected and cause damage to their brains. Now you can see that petrol, we do not add any more lead compounds in petrol to prevent knocking. Some other methods or engines are improved, so knocking of the engine is prevented, not with the help of lead compounds. So you must have seen in gas stations written unleaded petrol. It means no lead compound in it. Now, my dear student, the third pollutant in the lower atmosphere, which is around us, is ozone, O3. Now, just to enhance your information, ozone, my questions, next questions will come in the points to remember. Ozone is an allotrope of oxygen gas. You know the meaning of allotrope, just to recall? Allotrope means atoms of the same element arranged in a different pattern, having different physical properties but same chemical properties. Like graphite and diamond are allotropes of carbon. So ozone and oxygen gas are allotropes of oxygen element. This ozone, if it is present in the lower atmosphere, and what is the source which brings this in the lower atmosphere? Not in the upper where it is useful. In the lower atmosphere which is around us, it comes through exhaust fumes or electrical rails. Because due to high temperature, oxygen changes into ozone. The exhaust fumes, because this temperature is high, they may be industrial chimneys or vehicles, or electrical railways, photocopier machines where temperature is high. So there's ozone release around it. And what does it causes? It causes a smog. Smog is mixture of smoke and fog. with the help of sunlight, it forms smog in the lower atmosphere, which irritates our lungs. तो बेटा आपने देखा होगा जो फोटोकॉपियर मशीन वाले लोग होते हैं, they are usually coughing because they are continuously standing and photocopying, and the heat around the photocopier machine converts oxygen around them into ozone, and when they inhale it, it irritates their lungs, and usually they have a cough problem. I'm just bringing you near to these pollutants, not practically, God forbid, but just to make you feel that they are part of our life, no matter very bad part. Now, my dear student, next pollutant is hydrocarbons. You're going to study organic chemistry, inshallah. School reopens, and I want to teach them in life. So hydrocarbons are organic compounds. Petrol is a hydrocarbon which is out of the fumes from internal combustion engines. They are poisonous because they cause global warming. We are going to discuss what is global warming. Many of you must be aware because you have studied in geography also. The last is smoke, kala dhua. It is caused by burning coal or wood, etc. And it contains carbon particles, C, suspended in smoke. And when they are inhaled, the lungs get irritated, coughing, causes bronchitis and lung related diseases. So my dear student, this is nothing new I have explained you. You must have studied it in your geography or in class 8th and ninth, or maybe not ninth, but 8th, junior classes. But you should be aware that pollutants are trace amount of those substances which enter into the air through incomplete combustion, through biodegradable substances getting decayed, through various human activities, industrial activities, which I had discussed last time. So my dear student, this was a very heavy question, lot of information. I'll unmute you. You raise up your hand if you have any question related to the information I've given. Anyone has a question, please raise your hand. I'm waiting. Take your time. Just see. Raise your hand if you have a question, or I'll assume that you know how to handle this. Read textbook. Yes, my dear Aman Beg.
Miss, can the
Yes,
examiner
Aman.
ask how we Miss, can the examiner ask how we know that which gases and which acids are present inside acid rain?
Okay. Yes. MCQ question. I now as I told you that मुझे MCQs याद हैं सारे. मैं आपको question देती हूँ. गौर से सुनिए. Which of the acids causes acid rain? A. Nitric acid and carbonic acid. B. Sulfurous acid and sulfuric acid. C. Nitric acid and sulfuric acid. D. Sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. Aman Beg?
Miss
The
C.
answer is C. Nitric acid and sulfuric acid. Have I satisfied you?
Yes, Miss.
My dear, acid rain is caused only because of these two acids, not carbonic. Carbonic acid is naturally present in air. क्योंकि कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड होती है ना एटमॉस्फेयर में, होती है ना बेटा 0.3 जो भी परसेंटेज है,
Yes,
वो
Miss.
पानी में स्लाइटली सॉल्युबल होती है. और जब रेन वाटर जब रेन आप पे गिरती है, नेचुरली इट इज एसिडिक, नॉट बाय द ह्यूमन एक्टिविटी. एंड उसका पीएच है रेन का कोई होता है 6 पॉइंट समथिंग, नॉट 7. सो रेन इज नॉट,
Oh,
is not neutral due to carbonic acid, which is naturally present in air. But sulfuric acid and nitric acid are present due to our man activities, man activities in the industries or in whatever sources. These goes into the atmosphere. Yes,
okay,
I hope
Miss.
I have satisfied. Now, Afnan Salahuddin, you have a question. Yes. Beta Ji.
Miss, if the examiner asks us a question and the same question that you just told man, but it gives us the two options about nitric acid and sulfuric acid and nitric acid and sulfuric acid. Which one would we choose?
Beta, it will be nitric acid and sulfuric, not
Okay.
nitric acid and sulfurous.
Okay.
Nitric, IC, and sulfuric, IC.
Okay.
I'll be explaining you about acid rain in detail in the next questions. When they'll come on the screen, don't worry. You'll know how they are formed in the atmosphere. Is it clear, Afnan?
Yes, miss.
Okay, thank you. Any other student, or should I move to question number 2? Okay, I move to question number 2 now. Question number 2 is also a pet question of the examiners. It is quite related to your question number 2 and question number 3. I'll discuss them together. Listen carefully. Answers I've written very nicely. I think with less mistakes. If there is any typing, ignore it. So I'll read. If a question come in the exam, why carbon monoxide is poisonous? All of you read it. You can see that it says it's a poisonous gas because it combines with the hemoglobin in the red blood cells. I know many of you are biology students and many of you are not. And when it combines in the hemoglobin, which is a pigment present in the red blood cells, and interferes, and when it combines with the pigment hemoglobin in the red blood cells forming carboxyhemoglobin, and interferes, and what does it do? It interferes, it damages the oxygen carrying. So carrying की spelling beta y miss हो गया, CARRYING, carrying, oxygen carrying role of this pigment. As a result फिर क्या होता है? हमारी बॉडी के every tissue needs oxygen for respiration, every tissue, every cell, and this role of red hemoglobin is affected by combining with carbon monoxide which we have inhaled. As a result, a person will die if the lack of oxygen, with the lack of oxygen, will die of lack of oxygen when 1/3 of the hemoglobin, body में जितना भी hemoglobin है उसका एक 3 में से एक हिस्सा, 1/3 content of this, of his blood is combined with carbon monoxide. Not that all the hemoglobin combines with carbon monoxide. So you can imagine how poisonous this gas is. I'll discuss question number 3 along and then I'll let you ask questions. And that is, how is the process of respiration affected by carbon monoxide? In the first question, please, if exam asks you, why is it poisonous? You have to answer the first part. And if they ask you the mechanism, that how this respiration, which is taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide and combination of oxygen with the hemoglobin, all the details, how is it affected by carbon monoxide? Let me explain you. Listen carefully. During respiration, क्या होता है जी? Oxygen which is taken into our bloodstream through our mouth and lungs combines with the hemoglobin to produce a product. You don't have to learn the formula, oxyhemoglobin, and then it is transferred in this form to various tissues of our body. जब various tissues में जाता है, when it goes to the various tissues of our body, what happens? There the hemoglobin releases oxygen, that is HBO arrow, giving us Hb plus O2. And this oxygen now is set free to carry more, and this hemoglobin gets set free because it releases oxygen to different tissues and cells of the body, and then goes back to lungs to carry more oxygen. This is normal procedure. It's just like hemoglobin is a carrier. Please, a boy who has produced this voice, mummy is at home, go and do that there. Respect me, not because I'm your teacher only, but I am more than your mother and grandmother right now, because I'm helping you to understand. मेरे प्यारे लड़कों, बुरी बात है, क्यों अल्लाह को नाराज कर रहे हैं? If anyone, look, the screen has also vanished, it has got angry also. So please, I am muting you all. You can produce these voices. Okay. Now I am going to explain, I was explaining you that this hemoglobin combines with the oxygen part and releases oxygen to different tissues and then become free and go back to lung and carry more. This is how the blood circulation goes. Now, if a human being has inhaled carbon monoxide in the atmosphere, from the atmosphere along with oxygen, This carbon monoxide carries a competition with oxygen and has a greater ability to combine with hemoglobin than oxygen and form a stable combination called carboxyhemoglobin. तो देखिए आप सोचें व्हीकल है हीमोग्लोबिन, अब वो बेचारा एंगेज हो गया कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड से, and this will prevent the normal carrying ability of hemoglobin for oxygen. So your tissues will get less oxygen. And if your body 1/3 hemoglobin combines with carbon monoxide, the body tissues cells will not get oxygen for respiration and will go into suffocation. Remember, carbon monoxide is poisonous because it causes suffocation. My dear students, now I'll unmute you. You can ask me any question over question number 2 and 3. Very frequently asked questions in the exam, carrying 3 or 4 marks. Raise your hand if you have any question. If you have not understood question 2 and 3. And be serious, everyone. So if anyone is not interested, can leave the class. I'm here for only interested students who are learning something and getting good notes. Any question, please, from any one of you? If you have not understood the mechanism, raise your hand. No. So let's move to question number 4. Question number 4. My dear students, why have I put points to remember in the form of question? To make you feel more 3D, to make you feel more under the examination situation. But these questions have come repeatedly in the theory paper. The information in them has come in the MCQs, and sometime ATP paper carries some information, ask some information about such topics if they have practical application. Now my next question is, what is a catalytic converter? And how does it convert poisonous gases from the exhaust systems of vehicles to less poisonous or harmless gases? Very important. My dear student, you have studied about catalyst. You have also studied that transition metals and their compounds are good catalysts. Students of biology have studied biological catalysts called enzymes. But here we are talking of non-biological catalysts, which are usually transition metals like platinum and their compounds, nickel. You have studied some of them in various processes. You know that catalyst speeds up the reaction. It does not cause a reaction. That is, if a reaction doesn't have to occur, it will not occur. It will occur, then it will occur. But it only speeds up the reaction. You know rates of reaction. How? By increasing the frequency of effective collisions. And how this frequency of effective collision is increased by the catalyst? It lowers down the activation energy. So this whole story of chemistry, connectivity, should be clear with all my good students. If not, be a good student before school reopens. Because the government is trying its level best to get, after a couple of months maybe, I have internal information from somewhere for senior classes. So my dear students, I've revised what is a catalyst and how the converter is placed in a mesh, choti si jali si, and the catalyst is spread over it and placed near the exhaust system industrially of the cars or vehicles. Now what does its job? Its job is to convert the gases which are poisonous, like carbon monoxide, like unburnt hydrocarbons, like coal, carbon particles, into less harmful, like nitrogen dioxide or nitrogen monoxide, into less harmful or harmless gases. So the answer is giving you, if you focus on the answer, it says one way to reduce air pollution from car exhaust is to fit a catalytic converter to exhaust systems. Catalysts like platinum help the redox reaction. I've also given you the type of reaction which occur of converting poisonous gases into harmless gases as follows. I have not written word equation, but you can write carbon monoxide to carbon dioxide. How will it change into carbon dioxide? By reacting with more oxygen. So the reaction would be CO plus O2 arrow CO2. This is facilitated During incomplete combustion, this gas comes out, but it is allowed to react with even less amount of oxygen by lowering the activation energy of the reactants and to change into less harmful gas, carbon dioxide. Likewise, oxides of nitrogen, like NO, is converted to nitrogen. There are two reactions for it. One is NO plus O2 give us NO2, which is also poisonous and causes acid rain. But the main reaction which occurs in the catalytic converter is NO plus CO. Both these pollutants react with each other. A redox reaction occur. NO plus CO. I'm giving you the word equation so you can write it. Converting NO to NO get reduced to N2 and CO get oxidized to carbon dioxide, CO2. So the reactants are carbon monoxide, NO. Products are nitrogen gas, harmless, and carbon dioxide, which is less harmful until its amount raises too much because it will cause global warming. Otherwise, it's present naturally also in air. Likewise, the unburnt hydrocarbons due to incomplete combustion come out of the car exhaust. The catalytic converters let them react with limited amount of oxygen also by reducing the activation energy of the reactants, that is unburnt hydrocarbon and oxygen, little amount of oxygen to react and collide effectively and produce carbon dioxide and water. So my dear students, if such a question comes, these three gases are converted into, with the help of catalyst, less harmful or harmless gases. Now I'll unmute you. You may ask me any question by raising your hand. Raise your hand if you have any question over question number 4. Question number 5, please. My dear students, and the rest 5 questions will come to you as your homework. You can go through them and I'll discuss on Friday. Now, question number 5, please. Since you don't have a question over question 4, which is the last question of today, I'm going to discuss, very important again. It says, what do you mean by carbon cycle? My dear students, first see the definition of carbon cycle. You know the word cycle means जो चीज बार बार हो रही है, repeat हो रही है. Carbon cycle by definition means how the processes of combustion, you know what is combustion, I've discussed that, consult my notes. Respiration, that is taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide and all the reactions which occur in the body with the oxygen, how it reacts with the hemoglobin and how carbon dioxide come out after respiration at cellular level. We have discussed that abhi humne discuss kiya. And photosynthesis, 3 processes, my dear students, only 3 processes repeatedly taking place in nature. Asking how combustion, what is carbon cycle? Carbon cycle means these 3 processes which regulate, which monitors, which are responsible to keep the amount of carbon dioxide constant in the atmosphere, which you know the percentage I have given you in the composition of air. These 3 processes, if one of the processes become more than the other, either the amount of carbon dioxide will become more in atmosphere, bad, or will become less, that is equally bad. So I'm going to discuss in this question all these 3 processes, which is very theoretical. My notes are sufficient, but you can read the book. So let's move ahead quickly before it is 2 and I'll give you off, no quiz today. So please just see these 3 processes. Number 1, we'll start with question number 6, which says, briefly explain with the help of word equation 3 processes involved in carbon cycle. I'll briefly explain that and I'll leave till question number 6 and we'll start from question 7 on Friday, inshallah, along with the quiz on metals. So those students who are studying metals, I'll be asking questions from them on Friday. I'll be discussing 4 questions and lots of quiz questions. Now, question number 6 is asking you to explain this with the help of word equation. You can convert them into formula. So answer is carbon dioxide is mainly produced by respiration, by plants as well as animals. Respiration is a process which we don't go into detail, but we know it's not only taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide, that is breathing. But it also involves what happens to the oxygen in the body. We have discussed earlier briefly that how it combines with hemoglobin and is carried to different parts or cells, cellular level, tissue level respiration, and then how the food product undergoes combustion in the body and releases carbon dioxide and how is it carried out. So all this process involves respiration. So in respiration, carbon dioxide is always given out. It involves, what does it involve? It says in this process, sugars like glucose are converted in carbon dioxide and water, giving out energy. So it means it's an exothermic reaction. By mistake, I has come before E. It's a typing error, so I'm erasing it. So it's an exothermic reaction when carbon dioxide EXO. So it's an exothermic reaction. This is the way one method to get carbon dioxide back in the atmosphere. The word equation, glucose plus oxygen giving us carbon dioxide plus water, you can convert it into formula. The formula of glucose is C6H12O6, then balance the equation. Then second, carbon dioxide is also produced by combustion of fuels in factories, vehicles and at homes. And here I've given you some word equations such as hydrocarbons like methane gas, tree gas, which you call it commonly for our purposes, or you can say the natural gas, reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide and water, and coal plus oxygen give us carbon dioxide. So combustion, complete combustion give carbon dioxide from fossil fuels on burning. So this is the way carbon dioxide enters the air through combustion and respiration. And how it's taken back, we'll deal that. That process is called photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, you can see on the screen, is reverse of respiration. That is, carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of sunlight and green pigment chlorophyll changes into what? Into your glucose and oxygen gas. And it's an endothermic reaction. So the only way the oxygen is taken back, carbon dioxide is taken back from atmosphere is photosynthesis. I've given you the word equation. It's an endothermic reaction, takes place in the presence of sunlight. Now the diagram over here gives you a summary of carbon cycle. You can see that the only one way carbon dioxide is coming in the going back from the atmosphere is photosynthesis. You all can read this diagram very carefully, and the two processes, that is combustion of fossil fuels and respiration of animals and plants, is adding carbon dioxide. So this is a cyclic process. I hope you have understood. I'm unmuting. If you have any question, you can ask me, then I'll take off because I'm little not very well today. Okay, and I'll discuss the rest of the 4 questions. And the homework for the weekend, for the whole 4 days, is to go through the section of metals for the quiz. So please, I'm unmuting. If you have any question over carbon cycle, raise your hand, please. Raise your hand if you have any question over carbon cycle. Yes, Aman Beg.
Miss, can the examiner ask why carbon dioxide contributes to global warming?
Yes, because my next question which are coming is on global warming also. Because carbon
Okay, miss.
dioxide, it is repeatedly asked that because carbon dioxide behaves as a blanket. I'll explain that inshallah on Friday and next week, okay? With my points
Okay,
to
miss.
remember. So this is a very frequently asked question and you'll be answered inshallah on Monday. And my all point, your homework, my 10 points will come. I have discussed only 6. So yes, Aman, this is a very relevant question and the answer is there. They all will come to you. Okay,
Okay, miss.
right? But this is a frequently asked question. Any other student wants to ask any question? Because today I'm not taking a quiz on metals.